In this video, I'm going to finish up on the Pythagorean theorem a little bit, but then we're going to go into simplifying radicals. And I'll show you what that means. All right. So let's say we have this and we're trying to solve for x, or this will be the c, of course. So we're going to go a squared plus b squared equals c squared. On this deal, we know that 2 squared, it doesn't matter where I put these two, 4 squared, but I have to put this c, that's the hypotenuse, okay, equals c squared. All right, 2 squared is 4, plus 4 squared is 16, and that equals c squared. 4 plus 16 is 20, equals c squared. To get rid of the square, I take the square root of both sides. Well, c is going to equal, well, what times what equals 20? That's the same number. I mean, you can't tell me 2 times 10 because they're different numbers. You can't tell me 4 times 5 because they're different numbers. There is no one number that when you multiply it by itself, it equals radical 20. So the best we can do is say radical 20. But I'll tell you right now, they're going to ask you this year over and over again to simplify the radical. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. I'm going to start off by giving you the answer on this deal, because I think in this case it's an easy way to teach it, and it's an easy way to understand it. All right, radical 20. Now I can call radical 20, I can call it this. I can call it 4 times 5. Right? I can call that radical 4 times radical 5. That's the, I haven't done one thing different. But now watch this. What times what equals radical 4? 2. What times what equals radical 5? I have no clue. So I just put down radical 5. That's my simplified answer. Now, the problem is, why did I choose 4 times 5? Why didn't I choose 10 times 2? Anybody know? Because what times what equals 10? I don't know. What times what equals 2? I don't know. So you can't use 10 and 2. How about if I said 4, what else is, that's it, isn't it? Am I too tired? That's it, 4 and 5 and 2 and 10. So I didn't choose 2 and 10 because I can't simplify them. But what I chose was a number that I know I can simplify. So in my head, of course I've done this so many times, guys, but I said 2 times 2 is radical 4. 1 times 1 is radical 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 4 is 16. 5 times 5 is 25, and so forth. I'd like to have you guys make a list of all of these. These are called perfect squares. Make a list of them, put them in your notebook. Now, you're going to say to yourself, is there any of these numbers here that I can choose to make one of these things times something else will equal this? And so I chose 4. 4 times 5 is 20. All right, let's try another one. Here's another one that is kind of a hard one for kids sometimes because you haven't done it a million times like I have. So what if I would say 48? Right? Is there any one of these things that you could think of that would be 48? And I think a lot of you will say 4. 4 times something. As a matter of fact, it's going to be radical 4, times radical 12. And that we can do. But there's even a bigger one. You might not know that. It's 16. 48 is the same as 16 times 3. Check it out on your calculator and see. Which equals radical 16 times radical 3, which equals 4 radical 3. That's the answer. Let's do one more. But you're going to have to do that this year. You need to take notes on this, write down exactly everything I've written here. Come and talk to me if you don't know how to do it. How about we say, let's say radical 24. Well, the minute I saw that, this is what I thought. Radical 8 times radical 3. Yeah, but that doesn't work because I don't know what radical 8 is and I don't know what radical 3 is. But is there one of these that you can use? Yeah, how about this? 4. Radical 4 times what? 6. Now, I don't know how to do 6, but I do know how to do 4. This equals radical 4 times radical 6. See, I don't have to put a dot or anything. That automatically means I'm multiplying those two numbers together. What is that answer? 2. 2 radical 6. That's the answer. That's the simplified answer. That is as exact as that is. But if I do this on the calculator and get, I don't know, whatever it would be, 7 points, no, it wouldn't, what would it be? What times what is the closest thing to 24 of a whole number? 4? Yeah, because 5, so it's going to be 4 point blah, 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 times 4 point blah, 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 and it's going to equal close to, but it just won't equal the same thing. So the simplified version is 2 radical 6.